been quite a while. Albert, good evening. And to all the viewers, welcome to Têkkel Chat World Cup edition.
World Cup edition. Klomp World Cups die paar volgende 2 maanden. Dus natuurlijk Cricket World Cup. Net na de Rugby World Cup. Lekker to be back, man. My goodness gracious. It's been a minute, brother.
Yeah. It's actually a big achievement to be back in stage 6 load shedding again. I think the reason why we stayed away was the fact that the load shedding was just throwing out not only us but many of our viewers, and we then decided to come back during the week when Eskom says it's stage 6 again. But tomorrow is the start of the World Cup, Alberic. We need to chat to our people and hope they are online. It's been a while, but it's great to be back.
Big shout out. I see Cal Goliath all the way in the UK. How's it, Cal? Lekker, man. Look, it's been a while for us. Glad we're back. Ons het baie moet praat. Daar's baie goedjies oor te praat. There's from high tackles and number 10s that are not seen as number 10s in die Springbok span, maar as baie moet te gesels vanaand. So guys, please let us know your comments. If there's anything you guys want to join in, please let us know. You're welcome. Any comments, and please give us your thoughts.
Yeah, no, for sure. And we've all anticipated this Rugby World Cup, and it's on our doorstep now, one day away. Tomorrow, we will obviously see the first game when France take on the All Blacks in the opening match. It's here, Alberic, and luckily for us Springbok supporters, it seems to me that the Springboks they've managed to get things right just as we enter this Rugby World Cup. And now all of a sudden, some of the rugby pundits calling us the favorites to defend our Rugby World Cup title. That obviously the jury is still out about that, but really 2 good performances go into the Rugby World Cup. First against Wales, then against the mighty All Blacks, and it all seems that the Springboks are ready to defend their title in France starting from tomorrow.
Yeah, look, I think you can't start with a bigger game between the All Blacks and the French. I mean, these the 2 class teams, and we've been speaking about this since it was made for these 2 teams that are a few years ago the draw was made, but on this side of the half of the table, you have all these top teams, banging each other, to get to win the ascendancy going into the quarterfinals, and then then you don't want to forget about games like the Scotlands and the Romanias. Let's not forget that those guys are also going to try to play a role. We've got Tonga in our group, which is no walkover for sure. So it's going to be a tough one. Welcome. It's Nathan Nip Hanekom. What do you think about tomorrow's opening game, Le Blue? Obviously, he's choosing the Le Blue. Ek is nog steeds 'n All Black. Kyk, die All Blacks het nogal they've become smarter over the last couple of years, coming, up against the French. They might just. I got a feeling I'm on the All Black side. Annie, what think you?
Yeah, no, I think it's going to be absolute cracker of a game. I think the winner of this match will probably go on to win the pool. But I think, slightly sympathizing with the French team now having to face the All Blacks after perhaps one of the worst performances I've seen the All Blacks against the Springboks. They looked out of sorts, and I cannot remember in my lifetime that I have seen these All Black sides come and play back-to-back tour games. They are wounded. We could see in the interview against Sam Cane, they were really, really disappointed. And if memory serves me right, they have never lost by as big a margin as they've lost against the Springboks. Obviously, we need to check these records, but I think that is correct. That was the biggest margin in a loss for the All Blacks. And I think in that as a background, I would slightly be very, very weary if I'm the French team going into tomorrow's game. Because the worst thing for them that can happen is having to start a Rugby World Cup in their backyard and being thrashed by an All Black side. That would obviously send panic to all of the rest of the teams because we all know that we've seen better All Black sides going into World Cups. But again, it doesn't seem to me that the All Blacks are wanting to peak before a World Cup. They normally get it right when they should.
Yeah, nah, for sure. And I think the game is so tight. I think it's so hard to call. I see Kylo Gigi coming saying that DuPont and Pano will dish out some 2011 revenge. Yeah, there's a lot to be said. I mean, this is a massive clash. I mean, whoever sets the tone, and I think that's what it's about, guys. I think you want to go into this game and setting the tone right. I mean, and we'll jump to the Springboks in a second, but even the team they're putting out, they're not taking the Scots lightly. And I think that's exactly what needs to be done. The All Blacks has to hit the ground running. They've come off from a bad loss. If they really want to make a difference, they're going to have to make sure that they're winning breakdowns, making sure they're winning those collisions and standing up when it's countable, because they were clearly second fiddle against Fox. Albeit
for sure.
with Scott Barrett coming off yes, you guys, you can't discount the All Blacks. I mean, come on, guys. I'm looking at the comments, I got one French supporter, and Kyle's coming up, and that's it. I think from my side, it's only the All Blacks. That's from my side. I think he's gonna, put one through. But
but I think if you look at the scene that has been set now, if the French if they come out of the blocks very fast in front of their home crowd, all the anticipation, months of preparation, they come out fast, they get themselves ahead. All of a sudden, you have that French belief, the French flair come into play.
Oh, yes.
Then the All Blacks will have to play catch up in this game. And we don't know how good a All Black side this is at present, especially psychologically. I'm looking at the team that they've selected. Is a very, very strong team, but in terms of their mindset, I'm not sure whether the All Blacks is right at their peak, whether they believe that they can come back in the last 20 minutes of a game and really chase a game with being 15 points down, which was normal for a very good All Black side. I'm not sure about this All Black side. So I think the only chance, again, we're writing the French up and that's the wrong thing to do. But I believe the only chance the French would have to beat the All Blacks tomorrow evening is to start very fast. They need to get themselves on the ball.
Oh, yes.
They need to put the All Blacks under immense pressure, because if the All Blacks go through the gears and they get themselves let's call a comfortable start, I don't believe that this French team is as good as what they were with Intermac running at pivot. And maybe we've seen the best French side in 2022, where we all said this French side is going to be unstoppable come 2023. I believe they peaked slightly too early, and then there's a few injuries that didn't go their way. I'm giving it to the All Blacks, the opener, by about 12 points, which is a big margin. If you look at perhaps, 100%. in my opinion, and I know the international media would disagree, in my opinion, the number 1 and the number 2 favorites to take the title, certainly the All Blacks and the French. I don't want to go into those media articles now saying that the Springboks are all of a sudden the favorites. We'll keep that to ourselves.
But before we go on, guys, let us know your score predictions for tomorrow's game. I think it is the big game of the weekend. I think by a long margin compared to the other teams. So let us know your thoughts. Who's going to be laying down the marker? What's your score predictions? What will come out? Nobody guessed. The Boks will be leading with 10 minutes to go in the game. They'll be leading with 35-0 2 weeks ago. So you never know. Rugby is a snacks game. But guys, we'll give a shout out to a few you guys that popped in. Crazy Cat, Zillow. Zillow, your name is
doesn't even know.
You guys have been away so long. My girls have even changed my YouTube profile. No, we won't judge.
Zillow,
welcome,
welcome back. I know Zillow has been on our show, just giving his comments. And then obviously, Alberic, we can spontaneously draw people in who wants to chat with us. Just drop us a comment there. We get you on screen. That is one of our great new features for this Rugby World Cup edition. So if you're online, you want to chat, just drop us say, listen, you want to come on, we drag you in for a minute and have a chat. Richard Erasmus also there, but say Têkkel is back. We are back, certainly we are back. We hope that we bring good luck for the Springboks. But just finishing off the All Blacks versus French discussion. I believe that the winner of tomorrow's game will obviously win the pool, and that is why I think both of these teams, they will not hold back any punches tomorrow. The loss is not all lost. It's not all lost, but we've seen that the high road is always, it's always much more difficult if you need to let's say, do it the hard way, finishing second. Yes. Perhaps getting the Springboks in the quarterfinal. You don't want to have this. You don't want to face the Springboks now. But still hard work for the Springboks in the pool that we believe is probably the toughest. Also, so that is also all to play for
100%
between the Scottish, the Boks, and the Irish. So yeah, interesting times.
It's gonna be, and ons gaan baie rugby praat. As so baie wat kan. That we're going to be catching up on the next couple of weeks, and it's going to be so interesting. And just to make mention of that, guys, we will be mentioning our Super Brew pool that will be launched. We've just launched actually, so you guys are welcome to join us. There's some fantastic prizes up for grabs. We want you guys to take part. I don't want you to be one winner. There will be a few winners. So please join us, and we want to see who's best. Also see. Kenners, julle gee vir ons die feedback. Voor ek my picks maak op 'n Vrydag aan, kyk ek al die comments is dan lees ek al die manne se comments voor ek my picks maak. So guys, please let us know. I think we appreciate the feedback. Victor, thanks for that, man. Hit 'n like and subscribe. Ja, asseblief. Hit 'n like and subscribe button. Weet nou nie waar die knoppie is nie, maar asseblief sal dit waardeer. But yeah, with that said, I think sorry, one more shout out to Patricia. Welcome back, guys. I'm currently on holiday with my daughter and the family in the UK. We all are very excited about the Rugby World Cup. Go Springboks, lekker. Enjoy your trip in the UK. I'm sure it's summer, if I'm not mistaken. So enjoy the summer sun on that side. And yeah, there's a lot to talk about, and we'll probably get in the next couple of weeks. We'll get into the. But nou is dit die rugby. But nou is dit dis wat ons bietjie warm maak onder die kolle. Ons het 'n paar weke terug gepraat oor die bokke en natuurlik wat Manie gebring het. En dis net op social media waar ons oor gepraat het. En wat sal hy doen in terme van die bokke wat miskien hopelik hulle titel kan behou. Hoe belangrik is Manie in daai opsig?
Ek dink ons het gesien in die laaste paar weke hoe belangrik Manie kan wees vir die Springbokke, veral omdat ek dink sy balverspreiding is dalk beter as van die loskakels wat ons in die kort termyn gehad het. Dis hoekom ons baie kere nou sien dat ouens soos Kynaan Moody, Kurtley Arendse, Cheslin Colby, Willie Leroux, Damian Willemse aan die buitekant is amper iets vreemd om te sien dat hierdie ouens soveel bal kry uit, kom ek sê, eerste fase, tweede fase, derde fase speel. Gewoonlik was dit 'n kick and hope en ouens soos Marcus Zolome, Pimpie, Cheslin moes gaan kompeteer in lig en dit was ons gameplan. En dit is wat Manie bring. Hy's ongelooflik goed. Hy het die vermoë om vlak te speel wat die oppositie bietjie aan die raai hou en dit lyk vir my of hy regtig waar geniet om te speel wat hy voor hom sien. En dit is wat jy op internasionale vlak wil hê. Dit is vir my 'n bietjie van 'n bekommernis dat hy bietjie meer dink oor sy stelskopwerk as wat hy in die URC gedoen het. Lyk vir my hy staan oor die bal en hy's effe onseker, waar ek in die verlede gesien het, Manie is 'n baie natural striker. Hy slaan die bal baie goed. Dit kom goed van die voet af en jy wil nie hê ou met die natuurlike instinke van Manie moet he needs to think about stuff. You want him to place the ball, get back, get into his stride and strike the ball. I think when we've seen Manie kicking at his very best, even when he misses two, the third one he gets over, you can almost see himself loosening up and just breaking the shackles and striking the ball. He's a very natural rugby player. And I think Manie, along with Damian Willemse in our backline, perhaps not together, but I think in tandem and even in vital stages of the games, those two guys might just be our X factor. We've seen guys like Kynaan Moody, but I think Manie and Damian, because they are closer to the ball. I love Damian just popping up at first receiver, popping up at inside center. He really worries the opposition, and then when they do bamboozle the opposition, gets it wide, and gets Cheslin and Curtly, one-on-one, that is great. And I think that was missing with Pollard. No criticism to Pollard. There's a lot of people that miss Andre Pollard. I'm not one of them. That I'm not missing him at all. But I love Mani on the ball. Perhaps I would rue this comment if Mani kicks 6 out of 10 in a very important game. Dan gaan die mense sê, ja, Mani kan skoppie. But I think what Mani gives away, Alberic, he makes up in open play. He always makes up those points in open play. I'm a big fan.
Yeah, 100%, and I agree with you. And guys, just let you know as well, there's some connection issues. We are in stage six guys, so we're trying to. We're probably having connection issues on my side or Heinie's side, but please bear with us. Heinie, 100%. Mani's distribution is fantastic. I think one of the last week, in fact, the Welsh game, just the way Mani gets into position, the Damians and everybody else falls into line, knowing that it's his unman. It's just there's something going on here, In the Têkkel 2 years ago against the British Irish Lions, the only time we realized that it's just is when Cheslin gets the ball and Cheslin can dance. Now we're having our inside center, our outside centers, now being able to have the opportunity to actually do something different to what we're more accustomed to. He brings a fantastic dimension to what the box can offer, and I think it's been long missed. He doesn't take nothing away from Andre in what he has done and what he's done for South Africa. I think Andre's flat play was fantastic at one point, but I think just in general attacking play, Mani just kind of stands up head and shoulders above. The kicking will work on, and we'll get there. As hy 3 tries kan laat maak en 2 skoppe mis, sal ek dit enige dag vat. And I think that's what Mani, that's why we love Mani. I think that's why just take it back quickly, Annie, to the URC. He had a good URC. He had in the last 2 years, in general, 85% of the games he played fantastic. He did exactly what was required, and he got those kicks over. So, come with the man, come with the hour. We've seen what he's done in the semi-final against Ulster, putting a ball over to win from the corner flag. We've seen what he's done. So there's no doubt that he can do it. He's getting into a system where die bokke is gewoon skop. En he's Mani wat in die system nog steeds die kanse gebruik. And I think that's why we should be giving the credit where the credit is due. I think Angus, how's it? Welcome, man. I'm missing for a backup, provides invaluable experience. Also on Mani, get the right work to him, you'll be fine come the games. Exactly. I think there was one of the shows we've actually seen on TV. We've actually seen where Mani actually did a slight adjustment. I think it's Swayze the Brennan mentioned he took a few steps to the right, and that made a difference in the games. He never had the most very difficult kicks against the All Blacks. But yet, he pulled up, fantastic performance on the day, and we can't, take that as a down point, because again, Mani brings you 3 tries, but again, he'll kick 2 miss, and I'll take that any day.
I think Angus is referring to he misses Andre Pollard as a backup fly-off, and I think Angus is spot on. When maybe he's not referring to Andre per se, or maybe he's talking Andre specifically. What we are missing is a specialized second choice flyer. He is correct. There's issues, and Andre is injured, and against very, very strangely, they haven't gone with anybody else than Mani. There's reasons for Elton's omission, but I think in that case, I do agree with Angus. Remember, they are relying now. If touchwood, if Mani goes down in the pool games, they are relying either on Damian Willemse or Willie Leroux to play in that position. A lot of people say that Cheslin cannot play. Not in the World Cup. They are the only 2 options at present in terms of second choice, Damian Willemse, and they have and they would go to Willie Leroux if Damian then needs to play somewhere else. Or remember, Damian Willemse is actually our joker for the 6-2 split. If we want to play that, so that is we've gone with the 6-2 split for Scotland. Richard Erasmus 6-2 split, brilliant at 2019. Will it work again? Other sides do homework against us. kyk, with Rassie and Ninaber and Dion and Sticks, they somehow go with the 7-1 split. We haven't seen it all with these guys. So they would really throw the dice. But I think the 6-2 split still very much in the Springboks. Let's call it in the Springboks arsenal. We've seen it now against Scotland, but we haven't seen it with Damian Willemse being selected in the starting lineup, and it might come. Isn't he selected to start against the Scottish? No, I think Willie starting at fullback, if I'm not correct.
Yeah, fullback.
At fullback, but they've gone with the 6-2.
Sorry, Willie's on the bench.
Is Willie on the bench and Damian is starting?
Yeah.
We'll have a look at that side, and I just Derek, if you can show the side, a very strong side, but there's one risk in this side, and I want to chat about it there. My apologies. Yeah, Damian Willemse on the field, starting at 15 with Willie on the bench. Again, 6-2 split. The risk here, and I'll point out the risk. If either Manie Lebok or Damian Willemse gets injured early in the game, Willie Leroux goes on. He would go on in either the position of Manie Lebok or Damian Willemse, and then the coach would decide: does Damian move to fly off if Manie gets injured? If Willie Leroux comes onto the field, Damian gets injured, he goes into Damian Willemse's. Then you are left only with Grant Williams on the pitch as a backline player. All of a sudden now, the name that I'm missing for the 6-2 split in the forward pack is a guy like Kwagga Smith. He would give me a lot more peace of mind. Peace of mind. Ian Adams saying cover on Wingiston. I think Grant Williams at number 9 would also cover that. However, if you look at our wings, taking into account we are playing the Scotland team, very good in the air, probably selecting Duan van der Merwe up in the air against Kurtley Arendse and Cheslin Colby. One guy told me the other day, yeah, maar Cheslin and Kurtley spring net so hoog soos Duan. That's fine. You would understand that a guy weighing at 80 kgs, colliding in the air, colliding with a gentleman of 110 kgs, all of a sudden, there's a big contest in the air, and that would probably be the go-to for the Scottish. I don't think that their backline would be able to match the Springbok backline running at them, especially Jesse Kriel, Damien Delende. We know that they are good defensive players, but that Alberic, for me, is a strange section. We would have won. I wonder why they didn't go with Mapimpi, but only Ninaber and Stick can obviously answer that.
No, 100%. And just to bring to that, do we get to a point where a Kainan Moody, and just looking at versatility, we've seen him on wing, we've seen him on 13. Would a Kainan, for example, in that scenario, you're up against and take nothing away Kurtley. I mean, Kurtley is, would walk into 9 out of 90% of the world class teams out there into the starting lineup. But the fact that you have a guy like Kainan that is physically strong, he's a big guy. He can play center if there is opportunity. Do we see a Kainan Mooding perhaps probably being more effective? Do you think that is something that would have helped us against a Duan van der Merwe?
Yeah, I think definitely, but I think Kainan Moody would probably not be in contention for this. I do believe there's a niggle. He is. I'm not sure. Let's not say he's injured at all. Yeah, Ian just pointing out. Let's hope that we're not calling it an injury. He's got a hamstring niggle, and I'm hoping that it's called. Let's not hope that we will not see him in the pool stages. And he's certainly out of contention because of that. The extent of the injury is not known. Hamstring is another story. Certainly, Alberic, he would have been selected, I believe, on wing in the place of Kurtley Arendse if he was fit. Because this now opens up our side exactly for that. But I do believe if the Springboks have ball in hand, if they dominate ball possession, this backline is going to fire. We have the test experience of Damien Delende, Jesse Kriel, always a 6 out of 10 player, so he'll bring his side. But I want to see the outside backs getting from set pieces, getting it to them out wide from Mani, Damien Willemse, getting Kirkley and Cheslin running at the Scottish side. We might be in trouble if we do get, let's call it a 50-50 possession. I think we want to dominate. We want 60% of the ball and more, and then obviously we can dominate. We can dominate. Now the interesting selection now, Derek, Jasper Wiese ahead of Dwayne.
I was going to bring that up now because that's the one position in the forwards that I would almost think is this not necessarily. I mean, we know that Dwayne has been phenomenal this year, guy. I mean, this doesn't look like he's aged a bit. I mean, he's playing some great rugby. He's been strong. He's been really dominant in the collisions, and not only that, in the breakdowns as well. Jasper Wiese, probably our he was the incumbent in that position last year. In the number 8 jersey. He had a 1 or 2 off games. I think it was the game against the All Blacks, where he didn't really fire on all cylinders. Is this a kind of opportunity for him to prove himself why he should be reckoned as the number 1, number 8?
Yeah, no, I think that is the one. When I pinned on my probable and possible starting 15, taking into account all the injuries. And then the players available, knowing who's gone to the World Cup for last week, I scribbled down the 2 players that I actually got wrong. Was Jasper Wiese. I thought that they were going to start with Dwayne Vermeulen. The other one that I had a long way around was starting Bongi ahead of Malcolm. Not taking away anything from Malcolm Marx. I just believe that at number 8 and number 2, swapping them around just brings something more from the bench. So I'm thinking now, if you sub Malcolm Marx for Bongi, are you bringing more stability? You need to be in the lead, because you're certainly not going to chase the game with Bongi. You need to be in the lead. Bongi is obviously a better line-out thrower. So I got that wrong. So there's logic. The Springbok coaches thought, let's start with Malcolm. Klim behoorlik in, and then Jasper Wiese, I would have thought, covers a little bit more or gives you a little bit more flexibility later in the game than Dwayne Vermeulen. Dwayne Vermeulen on the field, first game, a little bit of a jittery nerves in and amongst the guys as a secondary leader here. But, the Springbok coaches, I think they know best, and I'm pretty sure that the Springbok side will be able to start off on winning ways against Scotland on Sunday.
I need just one more point looking at that bomb squad that we have at the moment. Ergie Snyman has really, come out in leaps and bounds, obviously off this injury that had him on the sidelines for so long. What a player. I mean, what a player. His hand skills are fantastic. He's intimidating. He's just a great player. Even in lineouts, he's fantastic. Do you think, with him being on the bench for a game like this, for example, do you think the Boks might have just missed that to kind of drive the point home to the take nothing away from Franco Moster. He's a grafter. He grafts and he does fantastic. And where he's on 5. But do you think Ergie just him? His performances in the last few games, do you think he deserves a starting lineup next to Eben?
Yeah, no, I think Ergie is certainly. I think that would have been one of the selections where they would have thought very, very carefully. But I can tell you, if you look now again, Ergie on the bench, you're wanting to up ante. You bring Grant Williams on. We know he's going to speed it up. How scary would it be if guys like Malcolm Marx, Jasper Wiese, Ergie Snyman, Oxense, they all loosen up and they know you're bringing Grant Williams. That Maniki, if he plays and it opens up along the fringe, he gets through there. So I think Ergie would certainly come into contention to start against the Island side if the Springbok wants to start really, really fast. But I do believe Ergie will be a massive impact player on Sunday. He's in perhaps the form of his life. He's playing great football.
Fantastic.
and you know, he's an intimidating figure. You know, I've next to him, a massive guy, him loosening up, just running up and down, and the opposition looks and say, yeah, this guy. And obviously in the UK, he's a well-known name now. So everybody knows what he's going to be. So I'm excited about Ergi taking to the field. But you are right. I think you probably knock on the door to start against Ireland with Eben Etzebeth. We must also say Franco. We've seen better seasons from Franco Mostert. I think he's giving something away physically, and he's not dominating the tackles. He's not getting over the advantage line. The one thing that Franco brings is a massive work rate. He's a great worker.
He's a crafter.
He scrambles well, and you know, but certainly he will feel the pressure, and Ergi will certainly push him for a starting. If we do make the playoffs, I think Ergi would probably put him at lock to start in the quarterfinals, or even a final.
I think our question to everyone is: Springboks to defend their title, can that be done? Our heart says yes. Our heart says yes. Our mind, yes. After the All Blacks win, can we defend that title? The one thing that Rassie has brought is depth, which is really good to see. I mean, you know, if it's one or two players that are not in the team, we hardly question it, because you know the one player is just as good. Jasper can be just as good as and even better than a Dwayne Vermeulen on the day. But Jasper starting this time, we know what he can bring. The Springboks definitely have depth that can take them through this, you know, as a 6 weeks or 5 or 6 weeks tournament that they have to go through. Yeah, they have to go through. Can the Boks defend the title? And we want to hear from you guys. You know, what are your thoughts? Can the Boks pull it through? What do your heart say? What does your heart say? What does your mind say? And if not the Boks, who will it be?
We have the pack to do it. We have the pack of forwards to do it. We have the squad to do it. There's two players. Two players holds the key for me. If Manie Libbok remains injury-free, if he has a great Rugby World Cup, if Manie kicks at 75% or more at his place kicking, Manie holds the key. And I believe that Andre Esterhuizen at number 12 will play in the final ahead of Damian de Allende. If Andre Esterhuizen fires at all cylinders, the opposition is going to be in big trouble, because I'll tell you why. You have Manie that can really get the ball wide, and if Andre Esterhuizen dominates the contact, he gets forward, he's got the ability to really get the ball out in the tackle, and then all of a sudden you have Kainan Moody, Cheslin Colby, Curtly Arends, Damian Willemse running at you, taking away nothing from Damian de Allende's ability to run at the opposition from first phase. What he gives away is in open play. He seems slightly unsure. He runs at you at first phase, then all of a sudden he's at number 12 in open play. He looks very uncertain. It's almost like rugby has surpassed his ability to create something at number 12. And I think Andre is moving into that position where he can run at the opposition from a line out to a scrum, but he can also be very, very effective in open play. And Damian Willemse is smiling. You know, he wants a guy to just be on his shoulder, be a little bit more alert. And I think if Andre Esterhuizen takes to the field and he has a good Rugby World Cup, we know what our pack can do. We just want to have our backs running at the opposition and creating havoc. And I think Andre 100%. And Manie holds the key.
Annie, we say, how's it to furlough? Jammer, ek is laat, boys. Ja, hallo furlough. We gaan goed wel. Furlough was a better comment. I think we can defend our title. If we break it down, we only need to win a minimum of 6 games, 3 group games, quarters, semis, and final. 6 games. That's massive. 6 games. Wat gaan doen wees? It's week after week, putting your best foot forward and making sure that you can win, because you don't want a situation where you do have a scenario where the Boks, needing, we didn't maybe do that well against Romania. We need to win Tonga by 30 points or whatever. Ons ken al hy storie as I'm say Proteas and Bafana story. But every game counts.
It's a Keno Springboks span. Everybody's looking at the Irish game. I'm looking at Sunday's game. If the Springboks dominate and they dominate Scotland, They get their tails up. The coaching staff become confident. The Springboks become confident. Now they've beaten Wales with the 50 points. They've beaten the All Blacks. All of a sudden, they start well against Scotland. Sunday's game is going to be key. If the Springbok plays poorly, ons ken ons span, man. Dan panic die rapport, en die burger panic, en ek panic, en die media panic, en almal is in frenzy. If they start well, we rally behind them. All of a sudden, we are again the favorites in the eyes of the New Zealanders. If all of a sudden the Irish start to worry, then the Springboks is going to be a big force. We need to start well on Sunday, and I think we are going to start well. Let's hope. Let's hope.
Yeah,
we do what we need to do, and we take the game against Scotland as seriously as we need to.
Yeah, 100%, and I agree with you, guys. Thanks for the comments. It's coming, coming through quite nicely. Brittany Apollos wat sê my kind het die ex-All Black kaptein se naam en hier huil die kind nou van hy wil ook 'n bok wees. Wat is die naam? Is dit Richie? Is die kind se naam Richie Brittany? Laat weet ons gou. Is dit Richie McCaw of wie is dit? Ek kan nou nie Kieran Reed miskien. Laat weet ons.
Ja, nee, kyk, ons het nou al die baie van die mense het ons maar hulle kinders maar nou se naam ons maar nou gegee na die All Black rugby spelers. Ons ken nou al 'n paar Dan Carters en die Carter Kings en wat is die ouens se name. So ja, maar laat die kinders hulle eie mind opmaak. Hulle het gesien dat die groen en goud is 'n mooi jersey. Ek weet nie die jury is nog uit oor hy ander enetjie.
I love it. I don't know. I mean, I think it's a nice change.
Die Listerine jersey. Die Listerine jersey. Ek sal nou nie geld betaal nie. As iemand vir ons wil gee, sal ek dit vat, maar ek sal nou ek sal nog die groen en goud koop. Ek sal die groen en goud koop. Baie mooi trui, baie eenvoudig, mooi groen en goud jersey. Kom ons kyk maar, jy weet, ons laat dit dat die kinders hulle eie mind opmaak met dit wat hulle sien.
Yes, no, for sure. And just to mention, and if you want to, we're talking about jerseys and winning jerseys, we have our Têkkel Super Brew competition pool running. Guys, there's some prize up for grabs. We'll let you guys know what that will be in the upcoming weeks. But there will be prize, not like I said earlier, not only one prize or two prizes, there will be a bit more. So please join in. En jy gaan seker 'n geskenk wees vir die wooden spoon wenner natuurlik.
Ja, kyk ons twee, luister. Ek het ingeloer, ek het ingeloer net voor die show in ons Rugby World Cup Super Brew pool serious players. Guys, dit is 'n serious pool. Daar is, jy weet ons Wit Clayton, ons URC of ons Super Rugby pool gewen. Hy spog nou met 'n sublimated Têkkel Talk so rugby supporter shirt. En daar is lekker pryse up for grabs, guys. Gaan join. Hein Zilo is in hy pool. Regtig
groot name. Digte pere.
Ja, ek en sy speel maar nog net seker om die numbers op te maak, maar wie weet, miskien kan die presenters iets doen, Alberik. So join our Super Brew pool, guys. Daar is die pool code. Daar is nog 'n paar ure oor. Môre klap die eerste skote in die Rugby Wêreldbeker en kom ons kyk wie kan raai. Ek dink die groot games is nie die moeilike. Ek dink is hy Roemenië, Namibië games. Dit is waar jy lekker punte kan opmaak as jy die margins en die punte verskille kan raai vir hy bonuspunte. Ons moet opskit. Ons was aan
ons moet guys. We can't ons het laas keer, ek dink wag gou. Ek was bo jou. As ek reg
jy was bo by ek nou dit wil gedoen wees, maar ek kan vir jou sê jy het baie goed gespeel. Ek dink ek het effens met my hart gepiek en jy het regtig baie goed gespeel. So jy moet dit dupliseer. Ek sal moet opskit. Tussen ons twee het ek die wooden spool. Gelukkig het ons in die laaste gekom nie. Maar guys, die Richard Erasmus, Angus Okperman, Ian Adams, dis almal ouens wat hulle sport kom speel 'n bietjie saam man. Ons sal elke week, ons gaan nou vir die volgende 5 na 6 weke vir die Wêreldbeker at least gaan ons elke week net hy Super Brew pool opgooi, bietjie skater lag en dan recognition gee.
En Brittany.
Kieran.
Brittany, yeah, come take part in this pool. Maybe you can win Kieran a jersey. It will make him feel better. So please, guys, Kieran.
Ek wil net vir Brittany, miskien gaan ek net hierdie gedeelte van die Têkkel Talk Show. Hulle netbalspan is laas jaar of die vorige jaar gestig. Hulle het deurgedring om Saterdag in die Weskaap kompetisie te kon deelneem te Têkkel. En hierdie span het derde gekom in die provinsie. So Brittany aan jou en die dames, ek weet julle het nie eers 'n netbalveld nie, julle moet saans met die karre die ligte aansit om net lig te kry om te oefen. Maar vir julle om die streek te gaan wen en dan nie net te deelneem nie om derde te kom, dit is ongelooflik en ek dink julle definitief almal verbaas, my en Kluis, ek het gedink, wow, as hulle miskien net kan deurdring na 'n kwartstryd toe, hulle derde gaan eindig so aan die dames daar van Abbotsdale Netbalklub, derde in die provinsie. Kom ons hoop julle word gekies om die nasionale kompetisie kom in Gauteng afwater van die jaar, kom ons hoop julle word gekies. Ek dink julle verdien om daar te wees. So Brittany,
we are backing you.
Abbotsdale Netbalklub.
Verjaardag vandag. Clayton, is vandag se verjaardag? Hoe oud is jy?
Verjaar Clayton vandag of bedoel hy sy span? Ek dink Clayton verjaar Clayton vandag. Victor sê gou net daar, dat ons definitief vir Clayton moet sê baie geluk met sy verjaarsdag. Die ou is 'n passionate springbok. As hy Springbokke verloor, dan huil Clayton. En as Man United verloor, dan huil Clayton nog erger. So hy is 'n passionate hy seker uitgehuil die laaste paar weke, maar kom ons los dit maar tot daar. Passionate sport ou, hy gaan definitief in ons pool wees, defending champion. Hy spok natuurlik met een so 'n lekker jersey, Evelence Folding. Sy is die spanbestuurder van hy netbalspan wat ek nog van gepraat het. Welkom aan Lyn Evelence.
Lekker.
Baie geluk man. Dit is uit. Ons gaan definitief Beric miskien.
En dan ek wil 'n shout-out gee aan Wesbank wat ook Wesbank wat bo Abbotsdale in tussen julle. Ek weet dis 'n groot derby altyd, maar Wesbank wat bo geëindig, hulle is tweede geëindig of derde geëindig, is ek reg?
Tweede geëindig algeheel.
Well done Wesbank, well done.
Ja, jy was so stilletjies 'n Wesbank support toe ook aan Wesbank.
Ja,
Wesbank Rugby voetbalklub.
Jy het hard geskryf vir Abbotsdale op die dag, ja. So ja man.
Guys,
Engels deurkom. As hy Engels lekker, kan jy daar sien.
Engels kom join ons.
Ja,
guys, we can fantastic prizes. As 'n paar groot name in hy pool. Ja. Kom join ons. Ek dink as hy inkom as hy een favoriete soek seker, hy ken sy rugby.
Ja, nee, hy ken sy rugby. Hy ken sy rugby. That's baie pere. Guys, kan ons so vra en guys, please let us know your scores for the weekend's games just for the sake of, if you guys want to let us put the scores on here.
Wel, kyk, ek en jy wat eens die All Blacks wen môre, so daar's 'n geleentheid om bonus points te verdien.
Maar
die Franse.
Maar ons miskien gooi ons miskien 'n bluff. Ja, gooi miskien 'n bluff. Jy weet nou nie. So ons bo eindig op Têkkel. Ons kan nie hier onder eindig. Ons het laas jaar vrot gedoen, wel. Ons moet 'n bietjie hoor. Hoor wie.
Ja, Beric, kom ek sê vir jou wat. Nee, kom ek sê vir jou wat. Ek dink die All Blacks gaan môre aanwen, maar kom ek sê vir jou my eerlike opinie. As Frankryk die All Blacks môre aanwen, gaan die Franse behalwe dat die land in rep en roer gaan wees. Die Franse is mos hulle is mos daai tipe van 'n flair team, play on confidence. Ja. Imagine hulle wen die All Blacks. Weet jy hoe moeilik gaan dit dan wees om hy Franse se confidence te tem? En ek dink as die All Blacks wen, dink ek nie ek twyfel of daar nog 'n wedstryd in die pool is wat ek dink hulle gaan verloor. Dit is die game wat ek dink moontlik vir hulle 'n bietjie momentum kan breek. Dis genoeg dat hulle jou crowd agter het at home in hulle agterplaas. As hulle môre die All Blacks wen, can you imagine that? Dan wil ek amper waag om te sê then we will see the French in the final.
Yes. Yes. And to add to that, I mean, it makes it so interesting on Pool B where Irish and the Boks and Scotland will be trying to get to that top position. You don't want to face the home team after they just beaten the All Blacks. I think if the French do win and you do have a quarter final against the All Blacks, then it's probably chance, maybe, you probably chance your hand at actually winning them. You go in man's scores, dear. Angus was 34-21. Angus weet nou nie wat 'n bluff is nie, maar dankie.
Angus, ek het mos nog gesê die bokke moet 12 punte man. Kom jy moet 13, New Zealand
13 punte. Richard would say France by 14. France by 14. Ja, it's going to be massive. It's be exciting. It's gaan lekker wees, gaan lekker gesels.
Het hy nog die Franse wen? Gaan gou terug, Richard.
Richard sê
Okay. Ja, ek het gedink.
Oh, sorry. Ek lees ook nou, jammer.
New Zealand 25-14.
Sorry.
Maar hy sê dieselfde tyd die All Blacks is gekwes. Wat hy bedoel is 'n gekweste All Black gaan môre aansien half die doodheid opspring. Ek dink die All Blacks se grootste hoop is hoekom nie sware te kry met die Springbokke te vroeg in hy uitspele nie. Springbokke lyk my het hulle nommer, maar again, kan nie die All Blacks van afskryf nie. Follow. Wat sê die All Blacks aan die wêreldbeker verloor?
Pico. I mean, I've always been a Mo'anga fan. I still think he's a really quality player, and behind the pack that was on the back foot against the Box, I think he didn't really show his real worth. And I mean, he's just a quality player. I think he'll come good, especially as Intermark is not against playing on the French side. The player that is playing now, number 10, his name.
He's playing now. Zilibe.
Yeah. I mean, he plays well. I mean, he's not a good player. He's got the class
but he's not Intermark.
Of Intermark. Yeah, he's not Intermark. That's the thing. He's not Intermark. And playing for 22 and doing funny things. So
I think the one weakness is, and they're all over the place, the All Blacks is the 12 selection. They've gone with Anton Leonard Brown for the
Leonard Brown,
thing. It's almost like they're matching and playing the Barrett, one of the Barrett brothers. Havili must still get his chance. That is the one weakness I see. They are really unsure who's going to play at number 12. But Richie Mo'unga would play the majority of the games at number 10 for the All Blacks. Like Furler was saying, if Richie plays well, the All Black normally win. If he plays poorly, and we've seen under pressure. But one thing that he's worked on immensely, jy sien hy hoe sy stelsskoppe. Ek kan nie onthou wanneer laas ek vir Richie gesien miskop het nie. Behalwe die een wat nou net vlak voor die paal het, die paal.
Klas.
Maar uit die hoek uit, brilliant. Hy seker een van die beste stelsskoppers nou. Fransman, yes, Garth, lekker om van jou te
hoor. As 'n All Black wat deurkom, hy's nog een Kylo Gigi wat sê Frankryk score so 22 points. Massive score.
Hy kan ons uitskoor op Superbroek gaat inpunch. Dat ons kyk hoe ver hy kom.
And here's something that we haven't touched on. There's another comment we just haven't touched on, and we kyk na die so clock toe. It's amper load shedding, guys. So we're also looking at that. Just one thing we haven't touched on is the Wallabies. The Wallabies, Eddie Jones, Eddie man iets onder die mou. Gooi Eddie man net praat net te veel miskien. Is dit miskien sy probleem in plaas van doen op die veld? And that's one of the questions. And maybe the Wallabies have something to show.
Well, then he will surprise all of us. I don't think Eddie Jones and the Wallabies got the players, and even being brave enough to just leave Kwai Cooper and the previous captain.
Yeah.
Everything. I look at the Hooper. I look at the squad. Man, ek het al wonderliker goed gesien weer, but to go all the way. They might be a surprise package sneaking into the semi-final, but I don't see them getting further than that. They get there by hook or by crook and by some luck.
Yeah,
maar verder is dit Amerika. Nee, hulle het nie die squad nie.
Yeah. Crazy Cat, guys. Yeah, Zillow, guys. That's not his real name. He's not Crazy Cat. but over 10. Looking at the comments, it really looks like it's a 50-50 game. And
no. We really divided.
Yeah.
We're really divided with this one.
So,
and it is the game of the weekend.
Yeah, no, sure.
Yeah, easy Wallabies is it France with the Brumbies. Yeah, it's just I think Eddie. It's not the easy time to take over the Wallaby side, especially that short period leading up to the World Cup. Hulle nog gedink Eddie gaan kom, magic wand, daar gaan ons. Dit het nie gebeur nie. Maar kom ons kyk. Ek is 2 minute weg voor my
Yes.
Wat sê jy? Berry, jy kan nie vir Victor. Hy's 'n reverse psychology. Okay.
It is when
Ja, Furlough
lees nou.
Furlough is op sy stukke vanaand.
Ja,
Furlough,
yes,
ek kom hier
yes.
by jou aanlyn te hê. Ek hoop jy is net so opgewonde om vir ons aanlyn te sien.
Yes.
Ja,
I
vir
need- before
donderdag
we
aan
go-
gaan ons weer so maak, né?
Yes, we're going to be here, guys. And just to let you know, we will be going out, and this is a big one. We will be coming to. We've got
Watching
a few
the game.
invites. Yeah, watching. We've got a few invites of 1 or 2 people that wants us to come watch the game there. If you guys want to come, have us to come pop in and come watch the game with you guys, we'd love it. We'd love to, come check your gears out and do a little recording and maybe do a live preview from there. We'd love that. Please let us know. We'd love to come to your house and enjoy it.
Engels,
Yeah.
ek was lanklaas in PNL, jong.
Yes.
Nooi
Yes,
vir ons
hy is 'n
PNL
mooi
toe.
plek, ja.
Jy het mos so 'n mooi uitstalling van al jou truie. Nooi vir ons 'n
Yes,
bietjie
yes,
PNL
yes.
toe kom maak dit ry daar.
Yeah,
Baie rugby
guys,
games
please
daar
let us
gaan
know. We would love to come and check it out and drop us an email at Têkkel at Gmail. Têkkelchat@gmail.com. Please let us know when and where. And ek weet die games op 'n Sondagmiddag, maar ons mind nie om deur te trekkie. We'd love to join you guys. It's going to be fantastic. So yeah, guys, thank you so much. We're about to log off. There's a few minutes left. We will be every Thursday night. There might be, fluctuations on time depending on how ESCOM decide. But for the large part, we are here. We are going to be live. And again, guys, please let us know if you guys want to be on the show. Even during the show, please drop us a message and we'll bring you in. We want to hear not just your typing skills, but we want to hear from you guys as well.
Come up screen, man. Come on screen. We want to have you on screen and have your say. We'll invite you. There we have it. Sunday, South Africa versus Scotland. Sunday at 5:45. Let's hope the Springboks do it. En as ESCOM by sy woord hou, is my krag af in 30 sekondes. Alberic @Têkkel op YouTube, op Facebook. Ons is terug, guys. Sien julle volgende donderdag vir nog 'n episode en ons hooplik dan het die Bokke gewen. Until then, Bokka!